Hey YouTube viewers, it's Coda, and today we're doing our second gameplay showcase video for the HTC Vive and Steam VR. Now, slicing fruit with swords is good and all, but it's time to amp things up with some guns in Zombie Training Simulator. So let's get on in there. And by in there, I of course mean in virtual reality. Okay, popping the goggles on. Gonna get some audio as well. Nice. All set. Now I gotta find my weapon. Haha. So right now I've got a Glock on. This is kind of your starter weapon. And we are standing in the loading screen. This is sort of a main menu. You can see we've got Zombie Training Simulator. There's some stuff you can do here. Shoot some zombies, grill some steaks. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. Chuck some nades. But this is our table of weapons. It is pretty substantial. The game actually had a reasonably solid update recently where they added katanas and dual wielding. So today we're actually just going to stick with single wielding and no katanas. We'll do that stuff in a later video because I think the update was big enough, it's going to change gameplay around enough that it's worthy of a second video. So we're just going to start off with the Glock and we'll head on into target practice. I'll show you kind of what the gameplay feels like. So here's kind of what a zombie looks like. They're not super realistic, they're just cardboard, so they're not super frightening. But in order to eliminate a zombie, you have to take out the head. You can see shooting in the arms, the chest, the balls, or the legs. Doesn't really do anything. It's really a headshot. The only way to take out a zombie. Now, all these guns, they have different they have different penetration, but the Glock only has a single head penetration, so it's going to take one shot per kill. And I'll tell you what, it actually feels, the gunplay feels pretty solid. You do have to use the sights. I mean, if you use the sights, you're definitely going to hit what you want to hit. So let's try, let's hit this guy just in the red, right in the middle. See, is it going to give us, yeah, you can kind of see the bullet marks. Put one in his shoulder, other shoulder. So if you do know how to use a weapon or a handgun or assault rifle, shotgun, etc., you will be better off compared to someone who's just hopping in here and has never really held a firearm before. That being said, there are some things about this game that are unique and that you need to get used to. So let's just start off in survival and just kind of showing you guys what this game feels like and what it looks like. We're gonna go over to Ghost Town because that's it's kind of like level 1, beginner level. And you can see it looks pretty cool. Apparently I'm on the leaderboards, number 11. Haven't really paid attention to that. Not bad, I guess, with the good old Glock. But it's good to kind of get a sense for what you're looking at and the lay of the land because a lot of this stuff is destructible. You have to use it to your advantage to kind of like kill zombies as they swarm around it. Let's just take a closer look at our table. We got some stakes, we got propane tanks, grenades, a lantern, boombox. Now all these things are useful. Grenades obviously just explode. These work like bait, kind of like in Left 4 Dead, you know, the pipe bombs, except that obviously doesn't explode. These propane tanks, you throw them out there and then you can shoot them. Good to take out a group of zombies. Uh-oh, did it start already? Wow. Okay, so let's just throw that out there, give us an extra second. We got the boombox. That's actually a good piece of bait. I'll show you that in some of the later videos where I'm going to require it. And the lantern is an explosive, and it also is useful at nighttime. It serves as bait during the night, but we're just doing it in the day right now. Now you can see with the Glock, I'm doing some solid damage, but it's really going to get tough because I can't hold off all 57 of those guys with just the Glock. So I'm going to chuck that over there. Hopefully they'll go to it before they come over towards me. And then, you know, normally if I had a gun that did some solid head penetration, I would try and, whoa, God, line them up. But in this case, since the Glock only does one zombie head explosion per shot, you really have to try and use your explosives to manage your situation a little bit better. So that's the Glock for now. Let's just do another level. Oh gosh. Okay, so they're cardboard. They're not super realistic. But when you see a zombie or something just pop up right next to you, it's a little bit jarring because it's not what you're seeing. It's just the fact that there's something there. You know, it's like your depth perception, the stereoscopic vision. It really tells you that there's something really close to you, and I guess you just have that reflex where you want to just get away from it. I don't know if it's evolutionary or if it's learned, but it's there and it kind of makes for an interesting experience. But you know, that's just how it works with VR. So yeah, you can see I'm just kind of shooting it, trying to get a feel for where it's firing. Now they're coming at me pretty tough. Let's see if I can hold them off without any bait or anything. Yeah, no big deal. Not tough at all. For the longer shots, you try and use the sights. The closer ones, you just shoot by feel. And you notice I'm not really taking a tactical stance at all. I have learned how to fire a handgun, and I can do it relatively well. But it's just, there's nothing, it's not a handgun. I mean, you see it and it works like one, but at the same time, you don't really treat it like one. It's still just a game. It's like playing Time Crisis or one of those games at the arcade
where you just, you're just doing whatever you can to try and get the best performance for what you got. You don't have to manage recoil at all, so that's another big factor. It's funny, I think it's funny when I see other people play this, or games where they're shooting virtual handguns, because you don't see the recoil, and you kind of expect it when you're watching the clip of them on video. So what you want to see is like bang, 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 but obviously that's not the best way to do it. So once they get close, you can actually, you can start punching them with your gun to get rid of them, but you can see I kind of got overwhelmed. It was rough. So let's go back onto the safe house. We'll grab another gun. Let's grab, what's good? Let's grab an AK. You guys all know and love the AK, I'm sure. I know we've got a lot of fans that are, nope, not skill test, that are from Counter-Strike, and the AK is one of the quintessential Counter-Strike rifles. So this one's a little bit better. If we hold the menu, well, let's go on to a different map first. If we hold the thumb pad button, we can see penetration, 6 heads, automatic, yes, 600 rounds per minute, etc., etc. Change the angle so that you can kind of figure out better what's going to line up for you with your controller, and then change the skin around. Let's go with this like ugly gold. I don't know, it doesn't look gold, but I think that's what they were going for. So now we're just working on the AK. Instead, we've got gas cans. I think it's just going with the theme, but they explode the same as the propane tanks do. This one's a little bit better, and it's funny, when you pick this up for the first time in virtual reality, you see the stock, and at least being a semi-experienced firearm user, I want to try and anchor it into my shoulder, and hold it like you would a regular firearm. But given that there's nothing to actually press up against it, it doesn't really work correctly. So I'm getting some stutter, which is not ideal, but it's, we are recording, so it gets a little bit rough. But one of the things I like about this game is, it's got a cool art style, but the added benefit for the art style is that, it's not hard to run. So I can run it on my slightly dated hardware. I tried to get in with one of those new 1080 GTXs, but I guess I didn't get on the pre-order fast enough, because they are sold out, and they've been sold out for a long time. So that's what we've got so far in Zombie Training Simulator. Not the greatest of names. Whoops, just accidentally going around everywhere. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you liked the game. If you have a Vive, I recommend you pick this up, because it's, all these games, they're not going for like $60 or anything, and they're worth checking out. You definitely need a larger library, because these games, they can't sustain you for like 8 hours straight. They're just kind of like vignettes, so you hop in, have a little fun, and then get out and do something else. But, it's a good time. More videos for this coming soon. I'll just be recording a lot and trying to post them as quick as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Stay tuned for all the new Zombie Training Simulator videos.